I'm not even gonna touch the Gatorade. Y'all gonna know I'm doing some bullshit. I lied. Medium. That's thirsty, bro.
Karl, you talk about the adjustments you've had to make when you see them throw different defenders at you. You had Kuminga earlier in the series, and then tonight they started with Daniels on you.
Just everyone's gonna make adjustments, just like we are as a team. So, just being prepared for whatever the defense throws at us, and being able to react accordingly.
It's now 16 assists for you in 2 games. Do you consider yourself becoming now a point center a little bit?
I feel like passing's been my thing since I came into the league, and I know sometimes the scoring gets more noticed than the passing, but I'm glad that I'm able to have the opportunity to show what I could do passing-wise with my teammates cutting in the series. So I just got to continue to stay disciplined, continue to make the right play, regardless if it's the scoring play or it's the hockey assist, and just continue to do whatever my teammates and this team need for me to win.
You think when you're passing at that level, it brings out the best in the offense as a whole?
I think it just, it gives us life, and it gives energy to the basketball, and I think it it translates to our defense. Getting a good possession like that with the ball movement, it brings energy to our games.
Also, what you did early, it was a stretch where I think you had about 12 points in about a 6-minute span, and they wound up switching to who they had on you. But did that open things up for Jaylen too? Was kind of blanketed a lot in this series.
I mean, he's one of the best point guards and players in the NBA, so I don't know if I was the reason for that, but if I watch the tape, and hopefully I could come back tomorrow when we watch film and say I helped him be who he's always been.
What's the team's confidence level as you go to Atlanta with a chance to clinch the series?
Confidence is built in the work. So I think for us, we just understand what the situation is. The toughest game to win is the one that ends someone's season. So we got to be super disciplined. We got to execute at the highest level that we have in this series, and we got to be ready for a really tough game.
Hi, Kat. First of all, congrats on the win. How do you evaluate yourself as a connector and a very aggressive rebounder on the floor? And how do you evaluate the team's, gradually improving their chemistry and connectedness in the past 2 games and trying to close the series at Atlanta?
I'm always just thinking about impact and winning. And as long as I could do that every single day, when I step on the court, I just think about that. How can I help my teammates be the best version of themselves, get the best, versions of them with my game, and then do whatever it takes to help our team be in a position to win. So as long as I could do that every single night, I'm happy with the man I see in the mirror.
Kat, how important was it to set the tone early in back-to-back games in Game 4 and Game 5?
I thought it was great for our team to, come out with that physicality and that execution. It was great. We'll watch film tomorrow and improve. I think one of the things for sure we'll talk about is our discipline. Thought we fouled too much. I talked about it at halftime. But I thought our team did a great job of one thing that we always talk about is the starts, and we came out in the last 2 games with great starts. So that's an improvement of who we've been this whole season.
Kat, what are your thoughts on OG's overall play throughout the series and the consistency he's been able to bring this team?
I mean, he's one of the best two-way players in the NBA, and I think this series has been great for him to show the world on a big stage that something that we've always thought he was. And when you have someone like that who is that good offensively and even better defensively, weirdly enough, it's special. And I believe he's going to be a first-team all-defensive player, and he deserves it. He deserved it last year, but glad he's getting recognition this year.
Hey, Karl. I had a question about a conversation you had with Jaylen. It was during Jose Alvarado's free throws late in the third quarter, and you guys were at midcourt. He wasn't in the game, but he came over from the bench, and you were in the game. Not asking for a mic'd up, but how important is it to have that chemistry with him? I feel like, as someone that's covered you guys, I haven't seen you guys talk so intently and closely in game like that.
I think we've always had a great connection, and we've always had a great relationship, even before I got here. Obviously, our relationship has grown as we become teammates, and we've gone through so many big games, especially last year and this year. So I think it's important for us. Oh, that's me. But yeah, I think it's important that, for us to be our best version as a team. And, me and him have always got to be cohesive, and we always have to have great communication. And I think that today is just one of those examples that got to see in person, us have those conversations that usually doesn't get caught on camera. It could have been, honestly.
Karl, is there a value in finishing this series off and not letting it go to a 7th game? Boston lost tonight to Philly. They're going to go to a 6th game. Do you value that extra rest and not messing around and being able to close out a team the first chance you get?
I think that I don't think of it in that way. I think that every game is so important, and you just go step on that court and try to win every single game you play. You try to execute at the highest level, stay as disciplined as possible, and always give yourself a chance to win. So I think that's more important for us to have the mindset of just every time we step on that court, we go out there, play our best version of ourselves, and give ourselves a chance to win.
Kat, in the span of the last 4 days, other league teams or top seeds have had some struggles, and you guys have really delivered kind of two crushing wins. Let's talk about what happened after, what happened to, flip the switch for you guys?
I just thought that we've done a great job of executing. We upped our physicality, and I thought that we've done a great job of finding ways to adjust, and that shows a locker room that's sacrificing for each other and sacrificing for the most important goal, which is winning. And I think that we've shown that in the series so far, but we still have work to do.
Kat, the other day you said it's not about meeting the moment, it's about exceeding it. You've been exceeding it in this playoff series. Can you talk about how and why?
I mean, just you understand the importance of these games, and like I said, it's about putting ourselves in the best position every single game to win the game. And I just always talk about impacting winning, and I just want to continue to do that and do that at a higher level that's even expected of myself. And I'm always going to be my biggest critic, so I want to be able to give my best version to my teammates. And I'm happy that I've been helping us win these games, but we still, like I said, have work to do, and the job's not finished.
Hey, Kat, Coach Brown said that he gives you guys the vet core, the ability to kind of voice your ideas and your opinions. Is there anything that you guys what was that communication like? And two, is there anything that, you can give us in terms of what you guys kind of told him after game 2 and 3 and that he really listened to and you guys see he's working out there?
I mean, at this, we understand that we got ourselves a big lead in this game 2, and having that lead go away and losing that game, like you said, we're a vet group. We can't allow moments like that to happen, especially in the playoffs. So just for us as players, we've done a great job of holding each other accountable and also utilizing those moments to grow as a team, and our trust with each other is something y'all seen last year. We trust every single person in that locker room, and we just done a great job of staying connected through the good and bad, and finding ourselves improving every day.
Thanks, Kat.
Yep.
Like Jeremy's 10 points tonight.
You saw that? I saw that Euro step too, the dunk too, 3-pointer. You got it, Eric. Good job.
Thanks for the time, Karl. I appreciate it.
All right, go ahead.
Jaylen, what have you thought of OG in this series? Is there one thing that really stood out to you or impressed you about how he's brought it every single night?
No, not one thing. I think there's been a lot of things he's been doing well on both sides of the ball. He's playing great. He's playing physical on both sides. And, his attention to detail has been great, and he's just shown up every single game, and that's just who he is.
Yeah, what did that fourth quarter mean for you? To see the ball go in like it did?
Yeah, the ball in, but I'm just happy that we were able to keep the lead and play well with it. Their team is capable of going on runs, as we know from earlier in the series, to close out games, but I just like the way we played in the fourth and how we kept the lead.
Jaylen, you had a few hesitation moves that you went to in that fourth quarter. At what point in your life did you feel like you had like that hezzy down? It's such a staple of your game now.
I don't know. I don't remember when. But I've always known that I've had the ability to do that.
What inspired that type of, like the way that you play with speeds? Like what inspired you to get into that style?
There's a lot of players who are taller, or faster, or stronger than me, so I got to keep them off balance somehow.
When Cat is passing the way he is the last two games, what does that do for you and I guess the offense as a whole?
Yeah, it's another dimension that we've been able to do, and Cat's making great decisions, and I think us playing off ball, the screens that we're setting, the pace that we're cutting, has helped him with that, and also Cat has the ability to go by his defender, and so there's a lot of things we can do off that, and so he's making great decisions.
And it looked like in the fourth quarter, CJ might have kicked you in the midsection once again. I guess did you feel that? And now that's the second time. What do you make of it? I guess
I don't make anything of it.
Jaylen, 39 points tonight. How important was it for you to get off to such an early start and be able to continue it the rest of the way?
It was just important for us to come out the way we did, regardless of who's doing the scoring or whatever. I think just us being on the string on both sides of the ball really helped us, and we were locked in mentally, and the way we were playing, it's how we wanted to play. There's still a lot of things I think that we can do better and not have lapses, but I think our mentality walking into the game is something that we need to continue to have.
Jaylen, what have you made of the series the Cat has had on the defensive end of the ball?
He's been playing great. Can't express that enough. And he's been locked in. He talked about voicing opinions and things that we needed to do for us to be successful. And I think us just communicating, being on the same page, everybody has helped us, but particularly him. And, he's been great.
Jaylen, what's the confidence level around the team as you head to Atlanta with a chance to close out the series?
Confident.
Jaylen, it's been a tight series. There were 2 one-point games. There was a lot of twists and turns, and then all of a sudden these last 2 games, you won by 16, you won by 29. What has changed? Has it been a mindset? Has it been execution? Has it been a multitude of things?
It's been a multitude of things. I think we have picked it up as a unit. I also think they've gotten a lot of looks, and we were lucky when they were missing. And but I think just us being on the same page, both sides of the ball has been a factor. And so anything can happen in this series. So we just got to be locked in and ready for Game 6.
Jaylen, this is Game 5 that you guys had. So, they threw some different combinations today. They had Daniels on Cat when he was mainly on you. So as the series goes longer, do you think you get a chance to see most of the adjustments they make? And how do you prepare for what they're going to throw at you? You've seen a lot throughout this season. I'm just curious, how do you go and prepare for that?
As a team, we talk about the possibilities of what they can do, what we've seen them do. I think I said this maybe yesterday. It's like a chess match. Like someone makes a move, and you got to make another move. You got to wait to see what they're going to do. But I think the way we prepare, we got to be ready for anything. And but most importantly, just understand to know we have to be good at what we're good at. And I think that's the most important. But we got to prepare for anything.
Hi, Jaylen. Tonight's a night where everybody stepped up and brought a win again. Coach have always mentioned about let the ball fly and next man out mentality. How do you think that the mentality has impacted your guys on defensive mindset, and how does you able to bring the shot so confident and bring in such a rhythm in the early stage?
Yeah, it's important for us just to have each other's back, no matter who's out there or what, and just play with confidence and give each other confidence. And I think it's really key for any team success. And I think we've shown that in the past couple of games.
Jaylen, you had joked once in Terrytown when a reporter told you hadn't played much off the ball about your time with Luka, but now you and Karl, like this being your first time at the top of an organization, you're asked a lot of questions about Karl, and I was just wondering what you make of the experience of kind of having a co-star and you know, leaning on everyone on the team, but having it kind of be you and him always under the spotlight, and what you've made of your guys' time together in that.
I've enjoyed our time together. It's not finished though, so when it's finished, I'll come and answer your question.
Hey, real quick, Jaylen, you got a lot of former Knicks, Sprewell, Starbury, a lot of those guys yelling, cheering you guys on. They were excited tonight. One, what's that like, kind of hearing those guys kind of yelling to you, showing that love? And then two, have they ever like yelled anything like a coaching point or anything that you've kind of taken and used in your game?
Maybe they've yelled a coaching point, but I probably went through one and out the other. But it's really cool seeing them and the support they give us and everything, seeing them before and after games. And it's always cool seeing former players come back and then and seeing how energetic they can get is really cool too. So there's no place like this place.
Jaylen, just what has stood out the most to you about playing with OG Anunoby the last 3 seasons?
I think he's one of a kind, and getting to see OG, see his work ethic, and see the person he is, and then what he's just been able to do with his time as a Knick has been great. And so, I mean, I'm so happy to have him, and I don't get to see him on that side of the ball. And he just creates havoc, and I think his game's growing, and that's what happens when you work hard, and he's been doing that day in and day out.